Hello geeks and gamers, it's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about Star Wars merchandise, specifically The Last Jedi merchandise and how this is affecting the fandom, and there's actual data that we can prove to show that there is a problem within this universe. Now, let me tell you a little story about me. Prior to the Force Awakens and after the Force Awakens, I could not get enough of the merchandise. Kylo Ren, Rey, BB-8, Captain Phasma, I was eating all of it up. And I think probably when it's all said and done, I spent close to $1,000 on merchandise for the Force Awakens. You see I have my BB-8 Spiro behind me. I was eating it up. Then for Rogue One, I still spent a significant amount of money, not as much, and I didn't like Rogue One as much as The Force Awakens, but there was a lot of cool characters and a lot of things that I needed from that film. Director Krennic, Vader, K2SO, Jyn Erso, some really cool characters, so I had to get those characters as well. Now, coming into The Last Jedi, I think I've spent less than $100 on merchandise. And this is what makes Star Wars Star Wars. If you go, there's a documentary, it's kind of like a documentary on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. And the first episode talks about Star Wars fandom and what George Lucas was able to create and how the merchandise and the toys is really the thing that pushed Star Wars to the top and how it lived and breathed off of that. So the box office is one thing with The Last Jedi, and it is down, but the real telling story is the merchandise. So we are on TheHollywoodReporter.com, and this is a story that was released late December, and I don't know how to pronounce this company's name. PANJIVA, a data company that tracks giant shipping containers that arrive at U.S. ports. And it's basically saying that The Last Jedi is down 47% from the 7 months leading to Rogue One in 2016, and that's off 56% from the same time period ahead of The Force Awakens in 2015. Now, a Rogue One drop is pretty expected considering that it's a one-off film and it's the second film, after The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens brought back so much hype about Star Wars and so much enthusiasm, so a significant drop was understandable for Rogue One. But another 47% drop from Rogue One to The Last Jedi when you're moving back into the main story, that's a problem. Now, I was extremely excited for The Last Jedi before the film, but I didn't buy the merchandise, and I don't know why. It's not because I have merchandise, because I'm dumb enough to buy shit that I just don't need. I have movies and games sitting on my shelf I haven't even played, just because I think it makes me look cool to have them on my shelf. So I'm not the type of person that's just not going to go buy a toy because I already have that character in a different stance or whatever. But for some reason, I did not go buy I didn't buy a lot of Last Jedi figures. I did buy the Luke Black series figure. I bought his Funko. I was almost dumb enough to buy the Snoke Throne figure, the Black series figure, when I saw it at GameStop for like $50. Glad I didn't do that. But something about the way the film was presented just did not make me want to go buy the toys. And then after the fact, which is something I did after I saw The Force Awakens, I spent more money after the fact. I definitely haven't spent another dime on merchandise for The Last Jedi. This is a problem. This is evidence that there is something wrong with this franchise. Yes, there are going to be idiots that are going to go to the movie theater and they're going to sit there and text all day because that's what they do, because it's a social gathering for them. So the box office numbers are good, and that's fine. They're not as good as they need to be, and they're off from projection for The Last Jedi, but that's one side of it. Merchandise is how you tell how healthy the fandom is. This is where Star Wars lives and breathes. Watch the documentary, The Toys That Made Us. This is the heart and soul of Star Wars. And right now, this is the telling part. This is where we're finding out that Star Wars is struggling to keep the fandom happy. It's not healthy. And this is where Disney is going to sit there and go, okay, we really have to assess what's going on here. Because, to be honest, is anybody going to buy an Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo figure to put that on your shelf? Hell no. He ain't going next to my Harrison Ford Han Solo, I'll tell you that. No, I'm not buying anything from the Han Solo movie. And that is going to be really bad for them because that film's not going to do anything merchandise sales. Sure, I know a couple people will go out and buy it, and that's cool. But generally speaking, that movie ain't moving merchandise. It just ain't happening. So do you really see that happening? And here, so really what it comes down to is give us characters we care about. Give us well-written characters, and we'll go buy them. It's that simple. Now, I know a lot of the people in the comments are going to say, oh, well, a lot of you guys just don't want to buy female action figures. Fuck you. If you put Ahsoka on the shelf, I'll buy every one of them. And then I'll mortgage my house to buy more because Ahsoka's awesome. You want to give me more Leia figures? I'll buy the hell out of them. Give me awesome female characters? I'll buy them. Don't give me female characters that were created just to fit a quota. Then they compromise the story because you're more concerned with your social justice BS than you are to actually just tell a good story. That's the problem. So we have data that shows that the toys are really struggling. The merchandise is really struggling, and that is going to hurt the bottom line. So what do you guys think? Are you buying Last Jedi toys? Did you buy a lot before the movie? Have you bought some after the movie? The Force Awakens sold a shit ton of toys. The data is there. The facts are there. There's nothing to debate about that. We knew Rogue One was going to drop. Now, again, I'm not a Rogue One defender necessarily. I didn't love Rogue One. I did love some of the characters in Rogue One in terms of, like, you know, pre-existing characters and the droids. I didn't like the main characters because I thought they were really shallow and boring. But Rogue One was going to have a drop. But once you get back to the main story, the main franchise, the one that made $2.1 billion, the fact that you're just not moving merchandise and it's dropping at this alarming rate, and Disney is already on record basically saying that it's down and they're a little concerned, that's a problem. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Check out geeksandgamers.com. Check out Geek Pulse Radio. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.